In today's video, we're taking a look at how to replace your washer machine suspension rods easy and simple. This is so easy, anyone could do everything that we use on the video. We're going to leave a link on the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. That does help us out a lot. Thank you. So you woke up today and put some clothes to wash. You opened your fridge and picked an ice cold, bubbly, liquid gold sparkling water. Sat on the sofa, and as you sit down, it seems like all hell broke loose. It seems your washer machine is having a 5-round championship fight and it's losing. Don't worry, here at the StatUpBox team, we've got your back. A few miles away, a bus ride, a hike, but a back is a back. So on today's video, we're gonna change the suspension dampening rods of this Amano washer. But no matter if you have this machine or a different brand, the technique will be the same. And everything that we use on the video, we're gonna leave links on the description. And now we're ready for the install. And remember, the most important thing and the number one thing is safety. The last thing you want on a clear sunny day is to die. So unplugging the machine is the way to go. First, you wanna turn off the hot and cold water supply line. Next, we want to go ahead and remove both the hoses and the drain from the machine. And you can use two techniques to go about this. You could either remove it right from the wall or from the machine itself, whichever is more comfortable for you. A pro tip, having rags and a bucket goes a long way, because just like cooking for that special someone, the food is good, but there's more dirty dishes than plates of food. So being hailed the champion for fixing the washer, but then losing the kingdom because of the mess is no way to go, Grasshopper. You got this. Always remember the ancient technique passed down generation to generation of lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. If you can't remove the hoses with your beautiful Hulk hands, then remember that using pliers to get the initial break and loosening the hose is the way to go. Then you can finish off by hand. And now you've done it. You really broke the machine. No, you didn't. I mean, we're ready for the next step. And keeping with the theme of safety, we want to go ahead and tape off the washer's door to the top body. A pro tip, you don't want to tape under the line, because we're going to separate the door housing body from the washer machine's lower body. So that means today you'll become a magician as well. And now that you have the victim subdued, we're ready for the next step. There are 3 screws that we're going to remove from the washer machine, and you're going to notice 2 to the left and 1 to the right. Another pro tip, remember that saving the screws is the way to go. Remember, this is not the project where you put the screws on that DIY bin after installation that are always left over without explanation. Today is not that day. And for this operation, we're going to use a 1/4 nut driver socket screwdriver to remove the screws. If in your case you have flathead screws or Phillips screws, the technique will be the same. Always remember the ancient technique of lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. We're going to start by removing the plate first. You want to place a hand on the plate as well, because once the screw removed, it can fly away. This is part of the video where it's called the segment of personal experiences. Next, we want to go ahead and remove the screw right to the left at the top using the same technique of lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. We save the screw for hopefully the end of the project, aka DIY life. And now lastly, we're going to go ahead and remove the screw at the far right of the back of the washer machine, the one before the last one. And basically what this does, once all 3 screws are removed, it gives you the ability to access the washer machine's inside. And now that this video got rated R, we're ready for the next step. And now, depending on your particular washer machine, this is the most important step of the whole process. You're going to become a magician and remove the top part of the body from the lower part. And the technique that we're going to use is a 3-way technique. The first one, you pull towards you, then you pull up just a little tiny bit, and then you push back away from yourself. And remember, when placing it back, it will be the same technique but backwards. Once you feel it loose, you should be able to pick up the top part of the body with ease. And when placing it up, there's 2 things you want to take into account. And the first one is you want to make sure that the 2 tabs at the bottom part of the body body are slotted in through the top part of the body, aka rated R again. And the second most important part, you either want to have a Watson holding the top part in place if you 100% believe that Watson is not going to drop it over your head. I mean, we believe in Watson, we truly do. Or you want to lay or lean the top part and door towards a wall or an object that's going to hold it in place. As you can see, these are the hooks that hold the top part in place, and you can see by the shape why we have to pull towards us, then raise it up a little bit, and then push it back again so it can release. And next to it, we can see part of the assembly parts that make up the washer machine suspension dampening rod system. And now we've gotten to the part of the video where we take a break. I mean, where we take a look at washer machine suspension rod technology. And this is the first thing that we get in the box. We get the suspension rod bushings, and here are 4 of them. So that means in this install, we're going to remove and replace all 4. As you can see, it has a clip-on system with tabs that hold it in place. So that means when removing, we want to go ahead and unclip them. And what the bushings do is hold in place the washer machine suspension rod balls. Yes, balls. And what these balls do is hold the actual metal rod hook in place. As you can see, there's only one way that the hook could go in. Depending on your system and your barbecue paper, I mean the owner's manual, directions on where it should clip on. But usually it only clips on one way. That's why taking a picture before removing the original ones is the way to go. Next, we have the main player of the team, and is the actual washer machine suspension dampening rods. As you can see, there's 4 of them that carry the weight of the washer machine's drum and keep it balanced. So the function of this is to hold the weight of the drum. When adding clothes on it and it starts to tumble and swirl like a ballerina, this keeps it in place. It doesn't let it wobble or move around too much. So even if one of the suspension rod goes bad, it creates an imbalance in the system, creating the wobble. If all the suspensions are bad, this might create an extra drop that can create noise, wobbles, but most importantly, force the system and create chaos. And now comes the third most important part of the whole video, and it is practice. Like a legend once said, practice, practice. So taking the suspension rods and the suspension balls and practicing the install is the way to go. Because remember, once you have the weight of the whole drum and you're trying to insert a rod through a plastic, through a hole, and even though we know that you're an expert at this, wink wink, a 1-2 practice is always ideal. And now that we took a look at washer machine suspension rod technology, we're ready to take a break. I mean, to start the replacement. So if we look at the system, at the top we have the balls and the bushing and the hook of the rod, and at the bottom is where we have the holding tab and the actual spring. What we basically want to do is raise up the rod so we can have space to remove the bushing and the balls. Always remember that safety is the #1 thing, so wearing gloves is the way to go. There are many sharp metal corners on the inside the machine that can do all sorts of damage, aka you in pain and loved ones in the household still asking the machine is not working and you're trying to survive. I mean, wrong video. Hopefully the editor completely removed that from the video. What we notice works the best and is the safest is using pressure locking pliers to hold the rod. This is going to give you a better grip, have you the farthest from any metal sharp parts, and give you extra leverage. So once we have our pliers locked in place, what we want to do is pick up the rod, and what this is going to do is going to remove the weight from the bushings and the balls, therefore giving you the ability to go ahead and remove these parts. So as you hold steady, we go ahead and take this moment to remove the balls. We do that by pushing the ball down through the rod and turning and removing. Then we let the rod's hook pass through the hole of the bushing. You can let the rod fall down, and at this moment is where you have 2 options. If you remember the washer machine's suspension rods, it does have a tab at the top which is circular. This basically holds the rod in place to make easier the installation. If you notice at the bottom, you're going to see a hole where you need to pass that tab through. You can either choose to do that now when dropping the rod down, or you can choose to do it later when we remove the rod from the bottom. Remember, you are the king, queen, both or none of your castle. Just don't let your significant significant other know, you might lose the castle the same day. And now comes the part of the video where you get into pretzel position. You're either gonna tilt the washer machine on an angle to its side so you can have access from the bottom to the suspension rods, or if you feel more comfortable of laying the whole washer machine on its side, aka believing in Watson that it's not gonna drop it on top of you. I mean, editor, remove that part. As you can see now from the bottom part, the first thing that we want to do if you left the tab on top of the hole is to wiggle the tab around and throughout the hole so the whole rod assembly system can be removed. If you let the tab drop through the hole, then just pulling out the rod should be enough. And now that you come out of pretzel position, we're ready to remove the bushings from the washer machine. And this is the part of the video where PPE is the way to go. You want to wear some gloves because where the bushings are clipped on are made of a sharp, thin metal. And we don't want to go from a small job to a big job. And we mean pain. And now you've done it. You broke your machine again. No, you didn't. Now we're ready to reverse engineer our way to glory. We're going to go ahead and install our new bushings. And remember, there are clip-ons. So just by pushing them through, they should go in with ease. Next, we want to go ahead and place our suspension rod balls. And remember, in some cases, if you only want to replace the rods because you notice that the bushings and the suspension rod balls are new and intact, that's up to you. But a pro tip, after opening the machine up, changing all the parts is usually the way to go. As you can see, our old suspension rod balls does have a different design. But if you notice, the technique and the system idea will be the same. You can see our old suspension rod balls are chipped and broken in some parts. So replacing them was the only way to go. So before going to the next step, remember what the great legend once said: practice, practice. We in here talking about practice and not the game. I mean, no, wrong quote. Practice makes perfect. So remember, you have 3 rods, bushings, and balls still left to go. So getting a practice in before we actually install it and have the weight of the drum on you, especially if you don't have a Watson, and having a Watson, it's a good idea. So now that practice made perfect, we're ready for the install. We're going to take our locking pressure pliers. We're going to lift up the rod through the bushings. As you hold on to the weight of the drum, we get our suspension rod ball. Insert the lower end on the actual rod, slide it in place the hook on its final location, and let the suspension rod ball land on its final resting place on top of the bushing. A pro tip, having a Watson also help you pick up the drum is the way to go. This is one of the reasons why we choose to do one rod at a time and not multiple. Remember, the less rods you have connected, the more weight on the drum to pick up, because remember, when removing the rods is easier to drop down than in this case of installing, you have to pick up the drum. And even though the other rods are not completely functional, they help with the weight. And now you've done it, Grasshopper. You got one. You need 3 more. And basically the installation for the other 3 will be the same. What you want to make sure is that when you finally install all 4 of them, they're all facing the same way, even though that's not 100% necessary. But in the DIY world, you don't want to leave anything to chance. So dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's is the way to go. So as you can see now, compared to before, when we press down on the drum, we'll notice that it is very hard to move it. When previously, when pushed down, it would wobble a lot and move easily. And now you're one step closer to victory. We're going to reverse engineer our way to glory. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and bring down the top part of the body and lock it in place. So we basically are going to bring the top part of the body down, but not all the way down, then pull towards us, and then we completely bring it down and then push it away from us. Then from there, we could go ahead to the back of the washer machine, place our plate, and start tightening all the screws back. Remember the ancient technique passed down generation to generation of lefty loosey, righty tighty. We can go ahead and remove all the tape from the machine. It can finally speak and give you thank you for the repair. And you can finally end by connecting the hoses, opening your valves, and testing your machine. You can now pat yourself on the back for a job well done. You become the washer machine repairer champion of your town. now. Don't forget, if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Either someone on the StatUpBox team or someone on the YouTube community can help you out with an answer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and here's a link to our latest video.